My morning mental, yours truly, Grandmaster Jay in the place. A little late because Instagram did not want to allow us to get started. But y'all know that the longer you make me wait, the worse it's going to be. So I bid you a grand rising. I'm up. I hope you are too. And I hope you're ready to receive something to think about as you go through your day. Now, I don't exactly know how I want to get into this. So first, let me give praise to the Most High. Let me get that out the way first. Okay. I think the way I want to unpack this is today, I want to do something a little different because normally I don't do this. But to show you what I'm trying to teach you this morning, I have to first illustrate something for you using something that they use all the time. You see, a lot of people will try to come up against you and they'll try to use what they've always used to hold y'all spellbound. They try to throw it on what they think they can't understand. And what ends up happening is they think that if you don't know what they know or you don't use what they use, then somehow your argument is flawed. But when you turn it upside down and show them that what you're showing over here with what you use is not only embedded in what they use, but what they're using is a lie, then all of a sudden they get angry. So then what you have to do then is show them that if you did understand the original text, if you did understand things as they truly are, not for what you've been brainwashed to be, then maybe you would understand that what you are trying to push onto the masses is a watered down version of the truth. It has some truth in it. It's just like something that says it's 20% sugar. It's not 100%. So when someone comes along that starts feeding 100% sugar, have you ever had real cane sugar for the first time where you sucking it off and you're going like, this is actually really good? Problem with that is, then all of a sudden, you realize that what you've had has been an imitation. I'm on my morning mental. Yes, I am. This is my morning mental for your Thursday morning. And I don't know how to get into this no better, y'all. Y'all know I had to bring my Malcolms out today for this one because we about to take a ride. You put on your seat belt. I got some for you. Y'all know I got something for you. And for all of y'all that tuned in because the only reason you here is for the NFAC, you don't know the other side of what's going on here. See, what you mistakenly thought was that we were just a bunch of ignorant gun owners who decided to threaten white people. What you don't realize is this has nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, it has everything to do with our people. Stop tripping because we want to defend our people. Stop losing your cool and put your pants back on because somebody decided they wanted to protect our people. What has happened is we're no longer an easy target for you. And you don't like, and what we've come to learn is you talk a good game. You walk a good game. But when the blows start flying and the bullets start flying, two things happen. Number one, we see what you are really made of. And then we also get a chance to see what we're made of. So this morning, white folks, I'm going to show you the dough because you have nothing to do with what I'm about to talk to this morning. Oh, come here, melanated people. Oh, it's not going to be a good time today. You might want to leave before I'm done with you because somebody gonna get their feelings hurt. Why? Because I'm going to show you something that's right in front of your face and you so busy that you don't even see it. Y'all ever know somebody like that? They be running around the house, tearing stuff up and asking everybody all these crazy ass questions. And then you're like, what are you doing? Trying to find my keys. Well, your keys right here. Well, why ain't nobody tell me? You never asked. You ever had to be around somebody like that? It's right in front of their face, but they so preoccupied with what they doing that they can't even see what's happening right in front of their face. You ever seen somebody that kept telling you something gonna happen, something gonna happen, something gonna happen, and then when it happened, they the last one to know? And then they got a nerve to sit around talking about, well, just based on what I knew, because that's the problem. It's based on what you know. Not based on what was told to you by the Creator. I did not know it was going to be this hard. I knew when I took this job it was going to be hard. He said, love y'all unconditionally, so I do, but you're making it too hard. It says somewhere in the book of Enoch that the chosen one will awaken and that he will rise. What does that mean? That means he's been asleep somewhere. He's not going to be born. He's not going to pop up. Nobody's going to come with gifts. It says that when this particular individual, notice that he's not talking about the Son of Man. See how they done wrapped everything up together and got y'all all confused? Wow. I didn't know it was going to be this hard. The chosen one is the messenger. And the messenger ain't going to look like nothing you think he's going to look like. The messenger is not going to talk like you think he should talk like. Because the messenger ain't just come to talk to you because you know a few books. The messenger came to talk to the people that's hurting, the people that's going through stuff, the people that's trying to figure out how the hell we get in this situation, the people that's wondering, the shit that I'm dependent on, is it true? That's what he's supposed to do, to make way for the Son of God. Y'all don't get it. That's why I said your theology is broken. So can I teach in here just for a few minutes? Somebody say, teach black man. You have to know before we can go any further in this situation that we in. Well, my morning mental, this is what I think about when I wake up. This is what goes through my head. This is what Yah has said to me throughout the night. And I got to give it to you. Somebody threw up the 666s. Now not up in here. It has no power if you don't know the truth of it. You might want to check your 444 though while you're at it. But these people have things right in front of their face. And they still don't understand the ancient scriptures. So when you read the book of Revelations, and we've all read the book of Revelations, at least tried to read it at least once, what we find out about it is that it's very symbolic. And to some people, it's downright scary. And when something is scary to us, they always want to know, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? I saw somebody online the other day that asked me, when is NFAC going to shoot somebody? They said, can you please tell us when so we don't miss it? They actually waiting for something to happen because they are scared when they have nothing to be scared of. Nothing whatsoever. Ain't nobody. Listen. I hate to say this on my show early in the morning, but if black people were as violent as you say we are, this shit would have been over a long time ago. Okay? See, what you call black on black crime over here bubbling in the pot is waiting for the top to blow off, and that violence goes somewhere else. So don't think, oh, they're down there killing all the black people. You know what? Shit changes, doesn't it? Based on the circumstances. But I digress. Grand rising to all of you. So what I'm going to do, just to keep it fair, if I had to put a title on what we're going to talk about this morning, y'all stay with me. We're on my morning mental. It would have to be when the 300 was black. Oh, when the 300 was black. I'm about to unpack two things for y'all at the same time. The first thing I'm going to unpack is that the same way they played that bullshit on y'all when they did the 10 Commandments and turned everybody white and shit like they was out in the desert. Moses, and ain't nobody got no sunburn or nothing. When you can't even take these motherfuckers to the beach without, no, we know. And Cleopatra, and then you got Charlton Heston, he's supposed to be Moses. Come on, y'all. I know for a fact that even when that movie came out, there had to be some brothers sitting back telling, I know goddamn well they didn't turn these people into white people. I'm done. But then again, that's their theatrical interpretation. They can do that. Okay, we can do the same thing. We can start taking their stories. Can you imagine? Here come the comedy. Y'all know the comedy is coming. Here it comes. Can y'all imagine what white people would do if we remade some shit like the American Revolution and everybody was black? I'm talking about a movie. If we did a movie with George Washington with this black dude with a bunch of brothers in the boat and the boat all chromed out and they trying to get across and he's like, stroke. They'd be mad as bruh. Can you imagine if somebody made a movie, Spike Lee, if you listen to Here It Come, somebody make a movie where they redo the Civil War. But it's black people fighting and the white people are enslaved. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple of white people thrown in, to help us out and shit. But it's the brothers fighting to keep the white people enslaved. Somebody made a movie like that, bro. They would hunt down every last one of you and kill you on camera. I'm telling you, they'd be like, you want to make a movie because we didn't find that shit funny. But we do. Because that's what you've done to us. You've taken some of our most distinguished pieces of our history and you turned it into entertainment for yourself so that your people would feel like they had a culture that they did not have. Matter of fact, they did have a culture, but you liked ours so much more, you replaced it. And that's why you changed it to his story. See, the joke is on y'all. His story means your story. See, you're like, oh, that's history. No, stop putting them together. Same way that when they had the end of the Civil War, they burnt down the city of Richmond, Virginia. Richmond, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ever been to Richmond, it's divided by the James River. North of the James was the north. South of the James was the south. When the war was over, they burnt all that shit down. So when they finally went through Reconstruction, if you go to Richmond now, it's the same way. The north side of it is beautiful. Spikes and skyscrapers and banks and shit. All kind of shit. The south side, shit, you be over there, bro. You be like, take your life in your home. I'll knock that out. Come on, bring that back. But that's how crazy this is. You're taking your life in your hands by going over to the south side of Richmond. That's like going over to East St. Louis. That's like going into South Houston. And you wonder what happened. It was the war and how they felt about each other. You understand what I'm saying to you? Let me dig into this because y'all not understand what I'm trying to say. Let me use something that they understand. When we talk about the 300, y'all remember the movie 300? Y'all remember everybody saw 300. We all saw 300, you know, my queen, all this bullshit, right? Okay, these white people out there fighting against this huge army. This army was incredible. This army was so huge, it shook the ground when it walked. Everybody on one, you know, they had to be black because everybody was on beat. Then you hear them coming in the movie. You're like, come on now, you know if that had been them to be all, we can hear you coming. But we're melanated creatures, so we got that rhythm. That's why they walk to the drum. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all lucky we didn't break out at the Black Guns formation with the drum set. That would have been it. It would have been over then. Then it would have been like these niggas is dancing their way up to Stone Mountain. You know what I'm saying? We was going to do it that way, but that we've been doing toomuch.com. So we didn't do that. But anyway, getting back to y'all, stop laughing. Stay with me. Stay focused. Stay focused. In 300, they had to fight against this huge enemy. I'm on my morning mental. Stay with me. We up early. I got extra in the cup. Hold up. Now listen, you got to stay with the lesson because I know it's a lot of comedy, but I got to give it to you in a way that it's going to click. When you get this, you're going to be like, oh, no, they didn't. So you see this movie and you get this image of this small group of people fighting this huge, impossible army. And they win, but they don't win the way you think they win. You're like, how are they going to beat them? It wasn't the fact that they beat them. It was the fact that they stood up to them, and the story and the legend of how hard it was to beat them became legendary and inspired millions of others, which in turn turned the course of the war. You're not hearing me. What we doing right now is we the 300. NFAC, you the 300. And they got everybody's mind blowed. The people that's the enemy, they know, but they trying to downplay. It's like David and Goliath, man. Y'all go ahead with that, man. Y'all guns don't work right. Y'all don't know. Y'all ain't trained up, man. Y'all don't want it with us. That's what they did in the book. And then you got your own people. You're like, y'all lost y'all damn mind, man. Y'all gonna get us all killed. Don't y'all stop all of that. Come on, man. What are y'all trying to do? You got them folk. Then we got people that's sitting there like, I don't really know what's going on, but I know how I feel. So I'm jumping in with these cats over here because I'd rather go down with them than to keep taking this ride that we on right now where we don't know what's coming around the goddamn corner. They over in Africa force vaccinating people right now. That's genocide. They want the black people to take the shots first. Hold on, cousin. See, that right there, if you have never watched the needle or the bullet that I did, I don't know how many months ago, go on my YouTube channel and watch it. The needle or the bullet. Y'all gonna have to make a choice sooner or later. But I guess I'm getting a little too amped. So let me dive into something that I don't dive into a lot, just to prove what I'm saying. So this is for all my people still who are brainwashed in the slave master's church. I heard somebody raise a question. They said, well, where did he come from? He has no history of teachings. He has no history. We can't find anywhere. Where did he come from? Then you obviously don't know the meaning of the word awakened. In 1 Samuel 13, There's a battle scene in the land of Gibeah. You got your boy King Saul and Jonathan and all the Israelite army. They got about 4,000 men. And then who are they fighting? They fighting the Philistines. Y'all remember the story? Since y'all read that Bible, since y'all act like we can't teach from that Bible too. Yes, we can. We just know where the lies are. You see, they struck a mighty blow to the Philistine garrison, which in turn incited the Philistines. They had a counter army of about 36,000 soldiers that they sent into battle against. And I know your book. But they was massively outnumbered. And most of the Israelites in the army, they ran because they were scared and they hid. They hid in the mountains. They was hid in the cave. They left only about 600 men behind that stayed. They stayed by their king's side. Oh yeah, this is in your book. And to make matters worse, for the Israelite army, a group of soldiers and spoilers from the Philistine army, they raided their camp and stole all their stuff. So they already scared. And then we down to a little bit of the men. Then somebody came through and stole our stuff. You see, here's what was going on. The Philistines, they didn't want their enemy to gain an advantage. I'm in your book. So they took all the people who even made weapons. You know how they're closing gun stores on us right now? They went and took all the weaponsmiths away from the land so the Israelites can't make replacement swords. They couldn't make replacement spears. You can't get another gun. The only weapons that they had is the one that Saul and Jonathan had left with them with the king. So it was looking like it was a wrap. Like a lot of y'all talking about, well, I don't even know why they trying to do that NFAC stuff because they gonna get everybody killed. They ain't started a race war. We don't even know what's going on. Man, we don't even know where this dude come from. Man, he trying to get everybody killed. When you sitting around doing absolutely nothing. Well, this your book. This your book. In 1 Samuel 14, Jonathan made a decision that he was gonna go and deal with this. He had enough. So what he did, everybody said that he was stupid for doing it. They said he's suicide. Yeah, that wasn't the problem. There was a lack of courage that had afflicted the whole Israelite army. But for whatever reason, bruh, man, chose to sneak quietly down to the enemy's camp. He went down there on the low. Nobody knew he went. Like, did nobody tell y'all that I was coming? They didn't make a grand announcement. I tried to, but y'all wasn't listening. Are you listening now? So he took only his armor bearer with him. You know, the brother carried my shield for me. And when he got there, he told his armor bearer, come on, we're going to go in. And I'm not going to tell you what he called him because I'm going to try to keep it clean. And he going to say, and let Yahweh work for us. Because ain't nothing that Yahweh can't do. He can save many by a few. He can save a many by a few. That's in the book. That's in your book. Yet you got the audacity to challenge the teachings that's going to the peoples, that's mobilizing them to do just that. So I have to ask, are you with the tribe or not? Don't come to me talking about North tribe and South tribe. That's just a breakdown, the 10 to the 2. But the whole thing, I come talking about the whole thing. I'm talking about all our people, not the ones that you rock with. I rocks with everybody. That's why stop trying to peg me as a part of you. I'm not a part of you. You're a part of me. You still ain't figured this thing out. But let me get back in your book for a second, just for 2 seconds. What Jonathan said was there's no restraint to Yahweh to save many or by few. What he was speaking of was military, wasn't talking about his military victory. It was a much greater appreciation. You got to understand the root word of restraint. It means a measure or a condition that keeps someone or something under the control or the limits. So what that makes you think of someone under somebody else's power, under the power of their decisions, like we are under white people, like being a slave to another. In this verse, Jonathan says that Yahweh has no restraint, which means there's no entity with the power enough to control the Most High. That's all he was saying. In the Most High's power. It's not limited only to military victory. Of course not. If one power in one area, but not in another, then he's limited. That you can't limit the Creator. So he applies this to all things. So there's no restraint in his power from anything. So if he said we're going to let him work it out for us. The rest of the story was that they went down there. And he proved that when he got down there, he only killed 20 soldiers. But that caused confusion in the camp, and they started fighting amongst their damn self, like y'all starting to do right now. We done went ahead and made a major chess move, and y'all in here fighting amongst yourselves. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I got people over here that's talking about they want to fight the people over here because they listening to the word, the same word that you've been trying to teach them out of the same book I just broke down for you. Look, it keeps going. We haven't got to the 300 yet. I had to set you up to let you know that what he did was he saved many with a few. Look, okay, y'all want to travel through your book. We'll take a trip through your book real quick. Go to Judges 6. Somewhere in Judges 6, we're talking about the Midianites. Y'all remember the Midianites? They had overtaken the land of Israel because the people had sinned. Y'all remember that? We ain't even get into all of that. And the Israelites were so greatly impoverished by their oppressors like we are today that they finally cried out to Yahweh to save them. You get what you asked for. Y'all act like y'all didn't ask for this. And Yahweh in his infinite mercy instructed Gideon to attack the forces of the Midianites. Now, Gideon, he reluctantly agreed, and he got about 32,000 soldiers. That's a lot of people to fight. And then that army camp was pitched beside the wall of Harod, and he waited to attack the hosts of the Midianites. He was going to hit them on the north side of the hill. Y'all supposed to know this. Can I teach in here? And then Yahweh spoke. He spoke to Gideon. He said, let me tell you something. He said, the people that are with them, they too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands. So lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, mine own hand have saved me. How many of y'all about to understand what I'm about to break down for you? Here comes the core of our problem in the black community. Judges 7:2-3. I'm in your book. I'm traveling through your book. I'm not traveling through my book. I'm trying to show you that when you try to come against me and you want to cite your book as the authority, then let me show you how you rightly exegete and break this text down, understanding the root meaning behind what each one of these verses you quote so eloquently mean. Oh, I'm on my morning mental this morning. Yahweh knew that if Israel had won the victory, they would have gave the success to themselves and not to Yahweh. And a lot of y'all sitting around talking about, well, we got to wait on God to do what he going to do. And then you start saying all these crazy names like it's just going to fall out the sky so you can sit there and talk about, see, I told y'all. Now everybody got to worship me. Don't forget to hit my Cash App. But that's not what he's saying. So Yahweh had Gideon release the army, all that was too fearful to fight. And everybody who ain't want to be there, y'all can leave like we told y'all. You didn't have to be at the Black Guns formation. All them people came because they wanted to be there. All them people had a sense of pride in their race that they was willing to die for. And y'all gonna sit around and shit on these people like they didn't put their lives on the line for your raggedy ass. This disgusts me. We got to do better as a race. But y'all doing all right as people. But you're not doing all right as a race. That's a quote for you right there. You're doing all right as a people, but you're doing piss poor as a race. So after he let everybody leave, it won't but 10,000 left, which was still too many for Yahweh. Yahweh said, see, that's still big. They roll up in there. My man, let me tell you what God said. The soldiers would probably be even more arrogant in victory, because the fewer they were, the more amazing they would think their own skills is. So if like two of them go in there and everybody get housed, they come out, yeah, we did it. We did it. So this is what he did. Like he's doing y'all right now. He gave them a test. Y'all claim all these titles. You're being tested. You're being tested in everything around you. And now you're being tested in your faith. So Yahweh told Gideon to take his men down to this body of water for a test. They took him down to the water. Notice they took him to the water. It's always water gonna figure in this story. Those who bowed down to drink would be excluded from fighting. But those who drank up the water would have to stay. Okay? If you bowed down and took a sip, it's paying homage. You were giving honor. You were humble. You knew that it wasn't even about you. You knew the water wasn't even there unless y'all put it there for you. So you already understand you ain't lost sight of the mission. A lot of y'all don't lost sight of the mission. The mission is not about what position you hold or how long you've been teaching. The position is, are you effective right now in the season we're in? All the hell we catching as a race, all the hell we're catching in the weather, all the hell we're catching with disease, all the hell we're catching in our pocketbooks, all the hell we catching with our children, all the hell we catching with the police, all the hell we catching with the courts, all my brothers behind bars still catching hell. So don't nobody care about all that other stuff you talking. We on deck right now. So, when they got done, there was only 300 men left. That's where they stole 300 from. Because everybody in this story is black. Please don't make me unpack that. So, they turned another movie that you like into the same 10 Commandments bullshit that they did 50, 60 years ago. Aha, y'all didn't know that. Now you do. So now when you go look at that movie, just picture everybody black, and it makes sense. Okay, they did it to you again. Shame on you, Hollywood. Thought we wasn't gonna catch you. I ain't seen nothing this bad since Emotep became the villain in The Mummy, and y'all don't know who Emotep is. Wow. Okay, go research that one. First multi-genius in the black civilization. Now let's get back to these 300. We down to the 300. So you see where they got that from. But what Yah did was reduce their number down to a very small size, so that nobody thought they could beat anybody. But they said that these men were the best of the best. Like everybody who was there because they wanted to be. They was ready to get it in. Don't let these white boys confuse you. Don't let these white boys think that the NFAC came out there as a joke. In the heart of Klan country, black people, are you crazy? You really think we went to the birthplace of the Klan where they meet on the 4th of July and people was out there? It might have been it's 1,500 people. Shit happens. Y'all acting like we were supposed to be robots. No, shit happens. I know some shit that y'all don't even know about. But you got 1,500 people that 99% of them, nothing happened and they was locked and loaded because we didn't know. Yeah, we had people down in the woods. Stop telling them like we were stupid. When we say we're ex-military, we're ex-military. We ain't forgot shit. That's why I got this crazy ass haircut. Military. I didn't do this to me, they did. But I woke up. Now here we are. So don't do that. 300. We can do it. Right? But they got to be the best of the best. And it was. Men and women. And don't listen, stop being a Pharisee. Stop being a sack. Well, you know, women are not supposed, the book says that the women are. Shut your ass up and sit down. The only reason we got women up here because most of the men won't do nothing. Oh, I just said a word right there. I know I done ruffled some feathers right there. It's time for some people to go ahead and log off. Then we had so many sisters there whose men stayed home, argued with them. Oh, no, you're not going to that. Well, how you going to tell me I'm not going to go defend my people? What kind of man? You know what? He taught about the weakling. He did talk about the weakling. I'm sorry, my bad. I am a student of facts over feelings, and he did do a piece called The Weakling. You, sir, are a weakling. Me, I'm Harriet Tubman in this bitch. I catch you when I get back. Stroll the fuck out. Showed up. So please, don't come at me with these ancient rules when you haven't even done anything using them. You so knowledgeable that you are no earthly good. So when somebody finally come and start to move us down the road, don't be like the dude talking about, we should have stayed in Egypt. We had it better in Egypt. Oh, he brought us all the way out here to burn in the sun. You have a poor general. Man, shut the... We're allowing you to breathe. Because we could always leave you. Because it's not about where we go. It's the fact that it's time to go. You know this clock you in when the alarm went off. So stop that. It's okay to say, you know what? I did not know that. You're supposed to be teachers, right? Teachers still have to know how to learn. And that's the same mistake that happened last time. You see, the same thing is happening right in front of your face again, and you're doing the exact same thing you did last time. Well, yeah, I mean, we got to validate who this guy is. You know, I saw it. Let me tell you how far. Let me tell you something. Someone once wrote that for an individual to spend the time and the energy to hate on you means that they have an obsession with you that they don't know how to express. They either want to light you up or they want to kill you because the obsession is so deep. To me, I think it's just a misguided form of love. So let me help y'all out, especially all of y'all that's putting so much time and effort trying to attack this movement, trying to attack me as if I'm the same person. You know damn well if you find any videotape of me from the last 6-7 years ago, I did not talk like this. So it would behoove you to realize I love you regardless, even if you hate me. You see, I don't slice up my love. My love is all encompassing. It's unconditional. It has no ingredients on the label. One size fits all. So you can hate me all you want, or you can let your fear inhabit your mind like we talked about last night. But either way, I know it's not your fault. You haven't been educated properly in what to do when the last days commence. I taught y'all this once before to all my students, that when your blessing shows up, the problem with a lot of y'all is it doesn't look like you think it should, so you reject it. And then you say, well, I thought you were going to bless me. I did 3 times. And every time showed up, you know, he's too much of a gentleman. He's not stable enough. He wants to do things with his life. I want somebody who's just a homebody going to go and just work on the plantation and get a pension. And this cat over here, you know, he's too smart. You know, I can't tell him nothing. He's actually educated. You know, I sent you 3 and you blew it. So I say that to get back to this story because now we down to the 300 and the pride had to be destroyed. So the only way that y'all gonna win this, you're gonna have to give that glory to y'all. That's basically what he's doing. He's putting you in a position where the only way you're gonna win, because it's gonna become overwhelming. If you can't catch the wave by now, you're gonna be the one trying to bang on the door when the boat door closed. Like, come on, man, we were just joking, man. Let us in, dog. Sorry, hey, fire it up, let's go. Okay? The real deal here is they were the best of the best, but it would have been nearly impossible to beat the entire Midian army with only 300 soldiers. So their enemy was described as being a multitude like the sand of the sea, yet only 300 was enough for y'all. Y'all had already said, give me about 300. Y'all was at the roulette table with the thing spinning, talking about, give me 300. And everybody looking at him, but he got his bankroll. Yahweh gave Gideon and his 300. He gave them the victory. Yahweh would rather save by a few than by many, because by many puts the glory on the group. I see a lot of y'all talking about, I want to join NFAC. I want to be a part of NFAC. It's like, we just going to swell to this massive, uncontrollable. No, that's not the design. Because we're learning in your book today. I don't get into your book because I know its origins and its perversions and its decanonization of certain scriptures that give you the whole picture. So we have a complete understanding of the power that we actually already have. That's why when we flex just a little bit, they so shook, because they know it's like a giant trying to wake up. And now we done stood up. They trying to figure out a way to chop off our ankles because we are up. And we walking. And all y'all sitting on the side who didn't do a damn thing. I told y'all this the other night. If you didn't show up, don't talk. I'm talking to all these Monday morning quarterbacks. You got a whole lot of opinions. But I'm sorry, I didn't see you out there. That's all. I'm going to keep falling back on that no matter what you say to me. I'm going to look at you and say, but I didn't see you out there. Like we knew what the hell was at the top of that damn hill. For all we know, we was walking there and they be like, y'all boys get from around here. Oh, it's like that? Yeah, it's just like that. Well, you know, we got a right to be here. I don't have a right to be up here. And somebody would have said the N-word. And like the white boys been saying on social media, it would have been a shot heard around the world. Because we outnumbered everything out there. The governor of Georgia does not want to admit that the reason he sent in the National Guard was not because of violence in Atlanta. If that was the case, buildings would have been burning. Y'all remember when they sent the National Guard into Baltimore? In that case, buildings would have been going up like there was a damn barbecue. Y'all remember what happened in Minneapolis? When the whole building went up, who did they send in? The National Guard. Ain't nobody sending nobody on National Guard in because a few police ain't on the job and there's some boys over here at a burnt out Wendy's. No. 1,500 black folks showed up suited and booted in proper uniform using military tactics with motherfuckers in the bushes, drones in the air. It's a lot of shit y'all didn't see. Our own advanced scout, our own security wedges. Y'all thought we was out there playing some okey doke with them. We didn't know what them boys was gonna do. Suppose they had came out the woods and started blasting this shit. Y'all would have heard about this shit on TV. Big shootout in Stone Mountain. But they couldn't outnumber us. They only sent 1,000 National Guard and we were 1,500 still. No, that's why. What would you have done? Let me show y'all something that y'all missed. Let me help everybody out. Let me educate and elevate at the same time while I illustrate. Martin Luther King said that the only reason he was nonviolent was because it was a fight we couldn't win. He said we were outnumbered. It would have been a massacre. Other than that, he said he would have fought back. So y'all stop telling him that he was nonviolent. No, he was smart enough not to get himself killed. That's what that was. And they still ended up killing him. Okay, think about this. The law enforcement thought they could handle this situation, but the numbers kept coming. The law enforcement called in for backup, but the numbers kept growing. And finally, when they realized how big it was and that there was no way that they would have won, this came from them, that they say, we're going to help these boys. We're going to help these boys because y'all see, a lot of y'all got selective memory, just like in the scripture that I just broke down for you. There had to come a time when Gideon got to the point when he saw the Midian army stopped. And he looked back at everybody. He said, y'all see that, right? And they, yeah, y'all sure y'all won't do this? Yeah. All right. Now, there might have been somebody in there who was nervous. That's why you might see people with their fingers jammed or their guns. People was nervous, y'all. Y'all thought we was out there just kicking it. And we didn't know, check them trees, look in that ditch. People all in the windows and shit. Anybody could have took a shot. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, y'all synced it. And yet y'all got people sitting around who don't study, who don't realize what's going on, and they criticize it. Yet I ain't see you out there. I'm going to park right here. I'm going to put my kickstand down, and we're going to do 60 seconds of silence for all the people who talking shit, who need to dead that because they wasn't out there. Here we go. Sure gon' miss him. Sure gon' miss him. That's some slave shit. Sure gon'. There's no such word as show. Sure gon' miss him. Rest in peace. Because I don't hear you anymore. All you've done is shown me how unlearned you truly are. You educated so-called teachers. But if I could be so eloquent and quote Malcolm X. And if you have never read A Man Who Stands for Nothing Will Fall for Anything, the portable Malcolm X reader by Manning Marable and Garrett Felder, you need to pick up a copy and join me somewhere around page 260. The print in here is so damn small. Who wrote this? Listen to what Malcolm said. This is not me and this. Y'all, if I could have clearance. He said, revolution is bloody. Revolution is hostile. A revolution knows no compromise. A revolution overturns and destroys everything that gets in its way. And you, sitting around here like a knot on the wall saying, I'm going to love these folks no matter how much they hate me. No, you need a revolution. Who ever heard of a revolution where they lock arms? As Reverend Cleage was pointing out beautifully singing, we shall overcome. You don't do that in a revolution. You don't do any singing. You're too busy swinging. It's based on land. A revolutionary wants land so he can set up his own nation, an independent nation. These Negroes aren't asking for any nation. They're trying to crawl back onto the plantation. That's why what we're doing right now with the whole NFAC. And then you bourgeois Negroes sitting there acting like you don't remember what Malcolm said. And some of y'all older than me. So what happened? The ancestors got to come back to remind you. Y'all have lost y'all mind out here. Everybody that was telling you what to do, you was quiet like it was going to pop off and happen. This ain't jippy pop popcorn. The heat is on. It's time for like the popcorn thing. It rings up. But y'all ain't did that yet. Can I talk to my people this morning on my morning mental? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You can believe whatever you want. If you really a studied student, you already know what your soul is telling you. You can believe anything anybody says, because anyone who speaks against this, you have to question their motives. Always question a person that walks up to you and try to tell you something about another person that's negative. Don't just listen to what they say. Wonder why they say it to you. And ask yourself this question. This is what I say every morning. When someone tells me something about somebody, I always ask this question. How does this profit me? How does this profit me? By me listening to this, allowing this into my spirit, allowing that energy to get in because it's coming through your ears. How does this profit me? How do I know they're not telling me something? Because they know I'm going to reap a benefit later that they might not get. So they know they're not going to get there. So they don't want you to get there. They don't want to be all by themselves saying, and I'm the idiot that taught them all this false doctrine. Everybody has heard that line. Now maybe it'll make some sense to you. When I say get behind me, I never knew you. Now you got to look in the book for these things. But when you have connected with it's like cell phone service. You ever had somebody had some bad service? Conversations getting cut off, calls dropping all the time, you misunderstanding what they're saying? Well, some of us, you see, we got that. Who's the number one? Verizon, the number one vendor, Verizon. We got the ultimate connection. So we got the big data plan. Okay. Because when you show yourself study and approved, that means that you actually know it. Not that you got to go look it up and then try to argue. Let me tell you what's going on. Hold on. Why are you going to the word? That book been around for almost 2,500 years. Well, don't you know it by heart? Can't you sit there and quote to me Judge 723? I'm waiting. See, you have to go and look that up. Then you ain't studied hard enough to even come to me like that. I'm here for my people. That's why I'm not asking them for anything. I'm giving them something. What are you doing? Malcolm just told y'all. That's what a revolution is. Pop even told y'all, stop asking for a revolution if that's not what you want. But remember, it has always been said that it is common sense to defend yourself. I'm really getting a front row seat to how many black men are scared of white people. I am. I'm getting, they ain't mad. See, it's some slave shit. They ain't mad at another brother. I don't know about that Grandmaster Jay, man. I mean, you got major figures struggling to tell this story because they can't get past what someone told them. They can't, and it got them, and it's funny to me because y'all don't get it. The nation is going to rise with or without you. But we are tired. And we got to go. And I'm the kind of person, if won't nobody else do it, damn it, I'll do it. Y'all got me mugged up. So I thought I'd come and share that with you this morning because that's what was on my morning mind, my morning mental. That's what was on my morning mindset. That's what I wanted to talk to y'all about because I'm seeing too much. I'm seeing too many of y'all that know damn well when someone is telling you the truth, but you want to keep that friendship. You scared to leave that group. Don't you know we're a peculiar people? We are in no group. We can pass through a group. We can hang out with a group, but we're not a part of any group, the group that we're a part of. It's all based on this melanin right here and our bloodline and our DNA, in spite of what they've done to us. And ain't nobody saying we want to attack nobody and take nothing. We want to go like Malcolm said, like Yahweh had everybody doing, going to get their own land. Y'all comfortable in somebody else's house now. It might have been your house. Okay, we know that. Y'all might have helped build this mother. We know that too, but you're outnumbered here. Now, unless all of y'all going to get it in and we all just be about it, then that's one thing. But the small group you see right now is a beginning. Don't you let people put that fire out. Don't you let them mislabel that. And as far as I'm concerned, if you don't understand the art of evolution, if you haven't evolved in your life, you keep forgetting Malcolm X that I just quoted was Malcolm Little. Some of y'all got some past, I heard about. I went and did my research on a few of y'all and I'm like, oh, now you a learned man. Well, I salute you for that. You better do the same because we are the people of action, not talk. And just remember, I'm a very big fan of Haiti. Very big fan of how they handle things. I think it's appropriate that sometimes to liberate your people, you have to kill the ones that look like you because they're a cancer on the progress and the rise of the Black nation. But that's my morning mental. I hope I didn't hit you too hard. You can go back to sleep now if that's what you're into. In the meantime and in between time, remember, we all go through changes, but this time we're going through changes together as a people. And listen, I'm going to salute all the people I'm watching around the country that are forming their own chapters of the NFAC and they strapping up and they going out and they holding the ground. I'm watching it. So you can't stop this. Because the people that are the children of Yah know when he's talking to them. And you stand here saying, no, we're going to sit here and we're going to wait. We're going to wait while they outside killing us? No, we got to sit. The scripture says to wait on him. We've been waiting on him. Don't you think, remember, he empowered us to do stuff too. So when someone else finally starts to pull the people together, don't be sitting there talking, you're going to lead everybody to get them killed. You sound like one of the cowards that ran from the Israelites and hid in the woods. That's what you sound like. And I got women standing next to me. The nerve. I'm done. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And remember, we all go through all types of changes. We all do. And at the end of the day, we're going through changes as a people. And because we're going through those changes, we have to understand that all of us aren't built to go through those changes exactly like the rest of us. So some of us got to fight the battles. The rest, you'll be all right, but don't get in the way while we do our work. And whatever you do, don't attack the teachings unless you yourself have taken action based on the teachings. And on that note, I bid you all a shalom. I'll see you real soon. I'm still waiting on my ABC News interview. ABC, I'm saying it publicly. We done did the interview. What y'all doing? They can't chop it up enough? Y'all can't, even no matter how we chop it up, he's still saying the same thing. So yeah, you're right. So you may as well go ahead and release it. I'm still waiting graciously. You know how we gets down. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Facts over feelings. In the meantime and in between time, Breonna Taylor. I'm going to keep saying it till y'all get it. Breonna Taylor. And stay tuned because there's going to be another Black Guns formation bigger than the last one. Make sure you stay tuned. Details coming soon. I'm letting you know it's not over. We just getting started. We're going through love changes in here, y'all. We are. And we're going to make it together. Shalom.